you want your x squared term and your x term on the left and your other term on the right. So these are ones where they are not equal to 0. Everybody see? Okay. Also, before you start, so again, you need your constant term on this side. You also do not want anything in front of your squared term. So if there was a number here, you would need to divide your entire equation by that number. We'll do an example like that in a minute, but we'll just start here. Okay, so what you're going to do is, essentially we're making this factorable. I'm just rewriting this and giving myself room because we're adding some stuff to both sides here. Okay, so we just want to turn this into something we can factor, right? So we're allowed to add stuff to both sides of an equation because that doesn't change that it's equal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this number in front of x. Okay, we're going to add that number divided by 2 and squared to both sides. Right, so it is always the number that is with your x term. You always divide it by 2 and always square it, okay? Okay, so I'm going to show you the long way and then I can show you how to shortcut it, right? So what that does is you get x squared plus 8x. So 8 over 2 is 4 and 4 squared is what? 16? Okay, so can we factor this? Yes or no? Why not?
Yes, no.
All right, ignoring this. Can we factor this?
Yeah.
Okay, what would that factor into? Factors of 16 that add up to 8. 4 and 4, right? Okay, notice how they're the same thing? They should be. That should happen every time.
Wait, what? Why does it do that?
You skipped one step, didn't you?
Yes.
Like where we go?
I thought we were there. Okay.
No,
So, factors of 16. Do I need to do it with grouping?
Please, no. I understand.
All right, I'm asking other people though.
Well, wait.
Okay.
But then does that
get why you did
that.
Okay, hold on. No. Yes. So, 4 times 4, right? So, factors of 16 are 4 and 4. They also add up to 8. So, you get x plus 4 and x plus 4. Right? You don't really need to do grouping unless you want to, but it's always going to factor that. Okay?
Why? Is it always been factored? So you just use the two numbers?
You always have, yeah. Like, so you're always looking for factors of the last number that'll add or subtract to give you the middle.
So like if 5 and 3 is x plus 5 and x plus 3?
I mean, it could be different signs. If there's nothing in front of x squared, yes, that will work. If there is something in front of x squared, that's really when you need to multiply and do grouping.
But you said we're just gonna divide at the beginning if there is, right?
What?
At the beginning?
Right, so in these types of problems, you will not have anything in front of x squared.
Yeah, just divide it.
So you'll be able to factor like this every time in these types of problems. Okay?
Can you do the other way too?
Do what the other way? No,
Like that.
you could, yeah. Okay, so this is x plus 4 times x plus 4. How could we rewrite that? If there's two things that are identical that are multiplied together.
X squared plus
No,
x plus 4 squared.
x plus 4 squared. Because now we can use extracting roots to solve it. Okay. So now I'm going to rewrite that over here just so I have more room, okay? So now that that's squared, we can just take the square root of both sides. So then x plus 4 equals plus or minus the square root of 20. Then you can move the 4 over. That's your answer.
If you could take
You-
the square root, what would you do?
If you can evenly take the square root, yes. Are we going to simplify that square root? Yes. Okay, so factors of 20. It's really not.
4 and 5.
So then you get 2 on the outside and 5 on the inside. So x equals negative 4 plus or minus 2 square root of 5. That's your answer. So this is another one of those like the quadratic formula that will always work. Okay. All right. Let's do it again.
That was the long way, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Can you show this one?
I mean, yeah. So we can kind of skip the factoring step. Because what is 8 divided by 2?
4. Is that, but like, does that work every time?
It will, yes.
Like, say that again?
So 8 divided by 2,
Yeah.
4.
It's like whatever.
You're always going to get whatever that number is right there.
Whatever the answer is, that
Hmm.
is.
So we can-
do one where you don't do all that. in
Yes, we can. Let's say we have x squared plus 12x minus 2 equals 7. So what do we have to do first? Add 2, right? Because we need everything without a variable on the other side. I'm leaving a space so I have room to add stuff, okay? So what do I add to both sides?
12 over 2 squared.
12 over 2 squared, good. So, again, you can get 12 over 2, which is 6, and then square it and get 36, and then factor that. But you're going to get x plus 6 squared.
So that works.
That will work every time. If you take what you're dividing without squaring it and put it here, it's going to work every time, which shortens these significantly.
So we don't even have to like write 36 down at all. We just skip.
Well, now, not on this side, but on this side, you still have to work it out and square it. Yes. I mean, if you wanted to, you could write the x squared plus 12x plus 36 and then just jump right here. Or you can just jump here. I don't care. I'm good with that. Okay?
Wait, can you keep going?
Can I keep going? That is the plan, yes.
I don't know if you're
So
talking about
on that side it's 9 plus 36.
On this side, it's 9 plus 36. So on the right, you have to square it and work it out. Okay? So 9 plus 36 is 45. Then you square root. X plus 6 equals plus or minus the square root of 45. Move the 6 over. So then you get x equals negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 45. Can we break that down? 45 is what? And 9 is? So what's our square root?
3 to the square root of 5.
3 times the square root of 5, yes.
Why did you multiply those two?
Huh?
Why did you multiply those two?
No, there's only one group of 2. If there's 2 groups of 2, then you multiply.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. See, that's not that bad. Now that you can skip a step.
Now I have to do it without you.
Oh, no, I'm still here. It's not like I'm like,
Well, I mean, like,
good luck, never coming back. Like, well, some days that's tempting. No, I'm kidding. I would come back, but. Okay, let's do one real quick where you have to divide at the beginning. All right, so this one, what do we need to do first? Yes. All right, now what else do we have to do? We have to divide everything by 3. So we get y squared minus 4y equals -1. Okay? Take a second and attempt to complete the square by yourself.
We keep the negative in the, like -4 over 2? Or just?
Yeah, negative. Keep the negative. That was a good question.
Because when you square it anyway, it's going to become positive.
Right, but when you bring it down, you need to keep that negative with it. So it's like -4 divided by 2, so you'll have like a y minus 2 parentheses squared. If you like shortcut it.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now on the right side, yeah, it'll cancel out and square and become positive.
I thought I had it and then
So we just need to factor it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't add these.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't thinking. Yeah.
So use the -3 and positive 1. Okay?
Then I'll just write down 18B, then the 3, then the 22.
Yeah, and put these with them.
Okay.
Okay? Emily, you doing okay? Emily, sorry about
Wait, I don't know.
Alright, so you can either factor or do a shortcut. So you'll get y and then -4 minus 2 in parentheses of this way. You okay? Ben, you okay?
For these, can you have a solution?
All right, let's go over it. What?
Did you see if I did that anything right?
All right. Come on, you know better. All right, let's go over it. Okay, so what are we adding to both sides?
-4 over 2 squared.
So on the left side, that shortcut, so it's y.
Y.
Bring down a y. Negative 4 divided by 2 is what?
Minus
Negative 2
y
Parentheses.
minus 2 squared. is
squared. So that's what you get on the left. On the right, you have negative 1. So negative 4 over 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. Positive 4.
Negative 1 plus 4 is 3.
And that is 3, yes. So now, square root both sides. And then add 2. So y equals 2 plus or minus the square root of 3. Obviously, you can't break 3 down. That's it.
It's really not that hard.
It's really not. It's not too bad. It starts off scarier looking than it really is. So, did you guys know that that's how they came up with the quadratic formula?
But why do they make so many different ways to solve this?
Did you know the numbers aren't real?
Oh well. Well, because sometimes there's some ways easier than others, though. Just depends on the type of problem you have. Like, it doesn't make sense to do the quadratic formula on ones where you can just extract roots. If you can look at it and know that you can factor it quickly, factor it. You know, but sometimes you can't. All right, so my honors people, I want you all to do 21 through 28 on page 95. Did you just say you forgot how to do it?
No, like, we just keep learning different ways, and I can't remember all of them.
I know. Well, then that's why the rest of the week we're going to practice with all of them. And we're going to practice and, like, talk about how to pick the best one for the right problem. Yes.
Page 95.
Page 95.